Jude Law, it is an absolute pleasure and honor to talk with you about your
Hello.
new film, The Order. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. You portray Terry Husk. He's an FBI agent. And given that this is based on a true story, how do you prepare for this type of a role?
Well, it's based on a true story, but a decision was made early on by our writer not to base Terry Husk on any of the agents involved in the actual case. We knew that we wanted the agent to steer the story and reflect the opposition, those in the white supremacist group in a certain way, and it just seemed distasteful to apply that to the real lives of any of the agents. So he's an amalgam, but he's also our own construct to help the story's direction. Because of that, the writer was incredibly collaborative. Zach Balin and indeed the director, Justin Kurzel, were very collaborative with me in really piecing together a past that made sense, that was plausible. We drew on other agents that we'd read about in memoirs of the time, and all of that was terrifically helpful to me because it meant that I was really kind of orchestrating and conducting the layers of this person that I had to then portray. And to me, at the heart of it is always, how do you make someone plausible? So it was trying to understand the physical effects that his career had had on him, the stent he had had, the drugs he would take to thin his blood, the smoking, the drink, all of that sort of the sleeplessness, and just trying to create a physical sense of what the 30 years of work in the agency would have taken out on an individual. Just study and collaboration, really. That's my approach.
Incredible. Um, Equally incredible is the backdrop, the setting in the
Mm.
mountains, really gorgeous yet a barrenness to it as well.
Mm.
Tell me about how that affected your character development and being in that environment.
So I always liked the idea that he was a fish out of water. He's a city guy. He's driven into this environment in his mind initially to sort of take the foot off the pedal and retire, to hunt and fish and, eat barbecues. And in fact, it's like a beaten old knight kind of going home to hang up his spurs. And in fact, the dragon's living in his back garden. And so Justin said a beautiful thing about the environment. It's like this ancient landscape judging the people, looking at the people saying, you've got to sort this out, because the mountains and the lakes and the trees and even the wildlife seem to have got it figured. And the humans are sort of running around terrorizing each other, as is still the way.
Right. Very good. Jude Law, thank you so much for taking the time to not only talk with me, but to collaborate and create a very believable character and a meaningful story.
Thank you, my pleasure.